What is up, guys? We are live. This is Mike Starwalker, and this is Alec, the director of the New Era fan film series, and we are going to be talking a little bit about this new exciting fan film we got coming up. We also have your questions. I've been posting this on IG stories, and you guys have asked a bunch of questions, sent them to Alec, and we're going to be answering them live right now. And if you have any questions right now you want to ask live, just go for it. We are going to do it. So let's just start off with a little bit of just tell us a little bit about the fan film, Alec, before we get started. What's up, Rolo?
So the fan film, it's set 4,000 years into the future. And I did that purposely because we don't know what content Disney is coming out with. So I wanted to, avoid any possibility of, setting something up and, then for some reason it doesn't exist 2 minutes later. Um, so that was the main reason why it's 4,000 years in the future. But we are following the story of three Jedi who decided to leave the Order because they started to learn about these Force users that call themselves the Fallen Knights, which is the equivalent of the EU version of the Gray Jedi. Um, and so naturally they're curious about it because um, why is the Jedi Order hiding this information? Why aren't they listening to it? So they end up leaving to learn about it, and then naturally the Jedi Order, being stubborn as always, they haven't learned, so they send their friends after them to capture them and to bring them back to the temple and to just all around just to kind of make the situation 10 times worse. But naturally, with Star Wars, it's never that simple because there's a crime syndicate leader, only known as Phantom, who has now sent a specialized Jedi hunter to hunt down the group of Jedi looking for the Fallen Knights and eliminate them before they can even get there. So it's really just a race of, are the friends going to make it in time to save their friends essentially, or are they going to get there and their friends are going to be dead, or are their friends going to make it to the Fallen Knights and everything's going to be fine?
Yeah, man, it's just you're pulling from so many things that are so strong in the movies, which I love. Yeah, the Jedi are sending their friend, like Yoda sent Obi to fight Anakin. It's like their friends know how they fight the best, so that would be the best choice to try to take them down, and then you still got that overlying evil source that's nobody knows where he is, the Phantom. Yeah, dude, I love it. And the whole script, man. I was getting vibes from the original trilogy, humor and oh yeah, you guys, it's gonna be so good. So, and welcome to the chat, everybody. Republic Studios, Estencino, Lucy, and Esteban. Yeah, man. Welcome to the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them out, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. But I guess right now we can go through some of the questions that were asked on the through the DMs on the New Era Instagram. So, how long have you been wanting to make this fan film?
Um, it started, um, it started about last year, right before everything went down with the pandemic and everything. Right towards the end of the school year, um, myself, my friend Matt, and our other friend Bethany, who's acting on this film currently. The three of us were talking, and we were just like, we should make a film. We should make a Star Wars fan film. And it originally started as just two Jedi, two Sith, and two Gray Jedi, and it was just going to be fighting. There wasn't going to be dialogue. It was just going to be pure fight based. But as time went on, we continued to develop it, and you know, a year later, here, I mean, look where we are now.
Yeah.
The story has um, developed a lot. Bethany has just stepped into more of an acting role, and she's kind of just let me handle uh, uh, coming up with a story. And I ended up bringing on her friend Nick, who actually is also acting, and he's been helping develop the story with me. And it's just been a year-long process um, for at least this fan film. But I have always wanted to make a Star Wars fan film. I mean, I think any Star Wars fan has always been like, yeah, I'd love to make one. It's just
Yeah.
that it's, the way that Star Wars brings, people joy. It's just a fun thing to want to do. And when you
Yeah.
have the ability to do that, I say if you have the ability to do it, you should always try your best to take that shot and go for it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Of course, like you just like I don't know, it's just like an innate thing like you just like want to do, but you got to have the people to work with you too. Like it can't just be one person. And that's what's so cool about y'all's setup. Like you got all these people like so into it, like the same vision and they're backing you, man. That's so awesome. Oh yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I know there was some confusion on YouTube and everything. This is not my fan film, but as much as I'd want it to be, because this script is like amazing. I'm the fight choreographer for this fan film, so I'm helping all the fight scenes, like coordinating them and getting all the choreography set up. And so far, I've been sending the actors like tutorials on what they're going to be doing, but then when the week of filming, I'm gonna be going down there, and then like we're really gonna be working on and like drilling stuff right before we film. So that's what to clear that up. I know there was a little bit of confusion. So what else we got here in general? What is the plot of this film? I think you answered that with the opening thing mostly.
Yeah.
The gray Jedi are leaving the Order, and there it's not going as smoothly as planned, and the Jedi Order is like sending their friends after them and everything.
Yeah.
So there's that. When does the production start filming? So,
We start. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, no, yeah, I was just gonna say, go ahead.
Um, June 26th is the first day the first day I will get to say action, and the camera will then actually roll instead of me saying action and everybody on Discord just starts speaking. Um, um, but June 26th is the first day that the cameras will roll, and it's gonna be honestly, it's gonna be it's I don't think there's going to be any words to describe how big and how exciting this project really is for everyone. I've even had um, people in the crew saying that they wish they could be on set even though they're not needed on set just because they want to see like how big of a production this is. Because I think as of today, cast and crew members total, I think as of today hit I think we have surpassed 60 total. So it's gonna be a pretty big thing.
60, dang man, that is a lot, dude. That was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah, like when me and Mike and all the other people I've worked with, like when we're doing our fan films, like the tops we have is like maybe 9, 10 people, like four fighters, camera. It's really mostly just like fighters, camera person, but like this is gonna be so legit. You have like all these people working on it, like going all out. Like this is amazing, and you're like, yeah, that's gotta be hard to organize too, man. Like I know even just with like 9 people getting all their schedules right is like insane. Like and you got
yeah,
60, dude. Like, whoo, like that's amazing. Um, and yeah, dude, I am so excited to be on set too. Like, it's just gonna be like so cool. And yeah, I'll probably be vlogging this too if you guys are down for that. I'll probably show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes action and we can get going. Oh, we got a lot of questions here. Is this the first of many, or are you wanting to branch out with other Star Wars films?
Um, this is actually, yeah, I do have, and my other writer Nick, we have talked about having multiple films. When this originally started, I wanted there to be 8 films. Then that got cut down to 6. Then it got cut down to 4, and now it's looking like um, I'm looking at doing 6 total. But that all really just depends on how well received this is from the public, from the Star Wars community, from people that are just entering the Star Wars community. If it's well received enough and people really want more, I do have plans for a second one, and same thing with the second and the third and up until the final one. Um, but yes, I do have a lot of plans um, for more for this series, and uh, hopefully I get to do them. Hopefully they're just not a bunch of pipe dreams, and hopefully with the fan community I get to bring them to light. And if I do get to bring them to light, I obviously, just based off of the 3 videos you have sent me, Mike, I will definitely be wanting you to come back and to work on them too,
Awesome,
for
awesome.
sure.
Um, yeah, and you said they're gonna be long too, right? Like you like estimated time is gonna be like 40 minutes for the
Hmm.
first one.
Yeah,
Is that right? Wow. So like these are gonna be like
because
longer than like episodes of The Mandalorian sometimes. Like that's gonna be so epic. Like it will just let's put this right onto Amazon Prime right after this. Like it's gonna be so good.
it's
Let's see.
yeah,
We
it's
got
gonna be.
we got some more. Oh, this sounds awesome. What's up, Darth? Darth Liv, how you doing? Oh, fan film title, the New Era series, right? Echoes of the Fallen.
New Era Echoes of the Fallen.
Yeah, New Era. Echoes of the Fallen. This is planning on being a series like we just talked about. Yeah, which is gonna be so dope. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that? The 40-minute runtime is like
Um,
crazy, but yeah.
yeah, the reason this one is so long, and I do not know off the top of my head how long the rest of them will be, but it's yes, it's the Star Wars universe, and yes, it's the same galaxy, but because it's so far into the future, and because we have such a large amount of characters, we have to basically we basically have to give enough background detail for every character so that everyone can start to have their favorite characters, and it just things along those lines. And originally it was supposed to be uh 15-20 minutes tops, but when we read it at 20 minutes, it felt incomplete, so we added a few more pages. It still didn't feel right. um then Nick came along, and that's when I had my about that's when it was about a 30-minute draft. Um, then we decided to change it up, make it where um, we decided to change up the plot just a little bit and rewrite the script. And Nick came back with an hour long script, and I was
Wow.
like, Nick, we got to trim it down, make it a little bit easier.
That's a like
Um,
getting into movie level there, dude.
Yeah, so we trimmed it down by about roughly, I'd say roughly 30-ish minutes. It's down to, I think with the fights, it's gonna push it into 40. Um, but without the fights, I think pure dialogue based, it should be roughly like 30 something minutes long.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's definitely a big thing to try to have so many characters that we have, and try to get make everybody get a connection with these characters, and also explain the plot and everything else around it too, because we are um, going to a planet that has been mentioned in the series multiple times but has never been seen in canon history. And so we don't really have a real example of that planet, so we also have to create that environment. And it's just there's definitely a lot going into it, and it's a lot that we have to do to make sure everything works out the way we need it to.
Yeah, you got to establish the whole world, basically. Yeah, because this isn't the same Star Wars that we saw in Episode 9. This is like completely different. Let's see, man. We got lots of questions in the chat here. Yeah, fan film title. Will this be your first Star Wars fan film with the most number of people involved to this day? Oh, this will be your first Star Wars fan film with the most number of people involved to this day. Yeah, for me, yeah, the one I'm most involved with, yeah, like this is the biggest production. I mean, I did do the Kylo. Well, I don't know there's Fixing Disney Star Wars is remaking the sequels, and that's probably got a lot of people too. It's just I'm not going to be able to see them all at once because we're all like working from a distance. There's a lot of VFX artists, but in person, without a doubt, this is going to be the biggest thing I've worked on for sure. Darth. Oh, you can't. All right, dude. Thanks for stopping by, Darth. More than school plays. Yeah. All right. Yeah. People are loving it, man. People are loving it in the chat. Thanks everybody for stopping by, for hanging out with us, talking about the new stuff. Have you thought about reaching out to Corridor Digital for VFX stuff? It might be a long shot, but maybe they could help with a couple of crazy shots. I'm not.
I have thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but it is a really big long shot to do that. But I do have an amazing visual effects team currently, and I definitely I do trust them to be able to get the job done, and we've had multiple meetings. I am a little bit crazy with some of my demands, and occasionally they have to kind of like reel me in and be like, okay, like tone it down a little bit. But yes, I do have an amazing visual effects team, and I do trust them, and I do know that they're going to be able to get this done. And I just have, it's just part of what makes this film like such a joy for me to continuously work on, and not make it feel like it's like a burden. Part of it is really just the crew. If you have the right crew and you have the right cast, it can be feeling as you basically are going to have so much fun doing it, and you're not even going to realize that you're doing the work. But most of it is really just if you have the right crew and the right cast, like you can kind of accomplish anything that you guys put your mind to. And I've definitely learned that a lot on this project with the crew and the cast that I have. And I don't think I could ask for a better crew or a better set of cast members for this project to be helping me achieve this goal, this super ambitious, crazy goal that I've come up with. So I definitely, I definitely thank them for it. And as cool as it would be to get Corridor Digital to help out and do the visual effects work, I don't think I would trade up. I don't think I'd trade up my crew for a professional company, just because they have been through it with me too. They've the amount of changes in the script that we've had, and the amount of changes to visual effects especially, they have put up with so much that I wouldn't dream of changing up my visual effects team at all.
Yeah, man. All right, let's get some hype in the chat for the crew, man. The crew brings it all together, dude. It makes it more like, you're just hanging out with friends doing something awesome. Yeah. Gotta have a good crew, man. Dude, that's so dope. And you got 60 people, like, all just, like, going for it, man. That's amazing. Let's see what we got here. What stage of the production process are you guys at right now?
We are currently at the very end of pre-production. So we've got how many weeks? Like 3 weeks until the 26th, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking at my calendar right now. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
then I'm
so
gonna
we've got
be.
about 3 weeks left, and then we'll be in the production phase for a little bit over a week, and then as soon as filming is done and as soon as the editors have the footage, we start post-production, and yeah, we hope that we can get it out by. We're aiming for a winter release for sure. Um,
Winter, okay.
but that is our hope that we can make it out by then. Obviously, uh, obviously, if anything changes, we'll be sending notifications out either through our Instagram or our YouTube channel, like whatever. We'll be sending out notifications constantly about any major changes to any of the production in terms of the release date. But yeah, we're about to wrap up pre-production and about to hit the ground running. We've pretty much got everything. We've got everything pretty much set, and it's about to be really wild, and it's going to
Yeah,
be very fun to film.
that's gonna be a really endurance building week, man. Yeah, like people need to be like Red Bulling it, like whatever their poison is, like just going like full out because we're gonna be drilling it and then filming like right after. So like, yeah, we got to be careful not to wear them out, but we do need to make sure it's like focused in their brains because they're actors. They need to. This needs to be second nature so they can like have their acting like on top of it. So we're gonna have to and we got a really good crew too, man. What he was telling me about the actors, like we got a lot of martial art training and like some people have stage combat training already with rapiers and dance training, and it's all choreography. So like I'm really excited to work with them because I think they're all gonna be like really into it. They're gonna be getting it real quick. Let's see, what do we got here? Can we get a new lightsaber impact sounds? Can we get new lightsaber impact sounds for this? Yeah, you got a sound guy for this? I'm assuming.
We do have a sound designer for post production. Yes.
Awesome.
I have not had as much time to talk to Julius about the sound effects yet. We've just kind of been busy with school because we both are students and we just finished school and we just had finals, so I haven't had a minute to kind of sit down with him and go over it. But we'll definitely be talking about the lightsaber sounds. If we do anything different, we don't want it to be too different where people are kind of just like, that's not a lightsaber. We still want that like similar like it's the familiar comfort sound. The like the won't sound like that's like the traditional lightsaber sound. We all know that, we all love that, but there is a new weapon in here that we are going to have to find a sound effect for. So we'll definitely be having to come up with a different sound for that. So
yeah, and
hopefully that will sound as cool as it does in my head.
I won't say anything, but yeah, I'm excited to hear what that sounds like. I'm really excited to hear what that sounds like. Did you read this, Mike Starwalker? Yes, I've read this full script and I love it. We talked about this earlier. It's got like some elements of the original trilogy I really like, and the plot is like kind of like, prequel kind of plot, like how Obi was sent to fight Anakin because he's his friend. It's the same thing here, like the Grey Jedi that are leaving, the Jedi Order sent their friends to go after them to stop them and arrest them. So it's kind of like the same kind of deal, like the Jedi are, still like too set in their ways and they like have to like know, have to have this order that they can't seem to break and start to be more like the Grey Jedi, I guess.
Exactly.
Keep the energy level up. All right, everybody, hype in the chat. So glad you guys are all with us. Let's see. You guys filming? Oh, where are you guys filming?
We are filming it's a mix of Georgia and South Carolina. So um, where the fights are going to be shot, that is all in South Carolina, and then for the rest of the film, for the most part, it's going to be in Georgia. Um, and yeah, we've got some pretty great locations, and definitely when it comes to the behind the scenes footage, it's gonna we'll definitely get show off the locations a little bit more than we can in the film. Um, but I've seen the pictures of them; they're absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be checking out one of them tomorrow again, and yeah, they're just stunning locations, and they're going to be. They definitely have that Star Wars atmosphere. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited to go there with everybody and start filming.
We should get some pictures out of those, like on the Instagram and everything of the filming locations when you guys get a chance. That'd be cool. They could see that, unless you don't want to spoil that, like exactly what it looks like. Well, behind the scenes, it's gonna have to be there anyway, though.
Yeah.
With original Star Wars. So, let's see what we are. You gonna fix Luke? Okay. Hey Ben. Um, this is I think you're thinking about the other fan film I was working on, the fixing Disney Star Wars, where we redid the Luke versus Kylo Ren fight. This is a new thing. This is the new era series, Echoes of the Fallen. So you got to check this one out too, because like this has got a huge crew. Like tons of people are working on this, and like check them out on IG. New era series on IG. I'm gonna put the link in the description below after this, and so you guys can check them out and see where they're at. And we're gonna be posting some pictures of the location soon, I guess, right? Oh yeah, and Discord.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think Lucy's telling you. I think that's Lucy telling you that it's in the Discord, but
Oh, the locations.
yeah, I think that yeah, that's Lucy, our producer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm telling you
What's up, Lucy?
that they're in they're in the Discord.
Oh yeah, yeah. That we can't let everybody be joining the Discord, right? Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
All right, but you guys can follow them on IG for updates and everything, and meet the cast and crew. I think they got pictures of like everybody in the crew. Probably not everybody yet, but yeah, like in everybody's got like a lot of experience in their craft and what they're doing on this. So like a lot of talented people, 60 plus people, man, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Will we
some of the
see
crew
any
has
non?
asked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, some of the crew has asked not that they didn't want to be on the Instagram, but so unfortunately, it's not going to be all the crew on there. I really wish it were, but obviously, I'm going to respect their wishes. If they don't want to be on it, they don't want to be on it.
Of course, yeah.
But as soon as we're done with the crew that wants to be on it, and um, we had to slow down posting a little bit because my social media manager, um, she was graduating currently, so random shout out, congrats on graduating again. But she was just finishing up graduation, so I didn't want to like keep throwing stuff at her and keep telling her to keep posting.
Yeah.
So as soon as things calm down for her, she's going to get back to posting, and once the crew is done, we will be finally officially releasing the character designs that we've come up with and the cast members to go with it. But we did already reveal one of the lightsabers, and I guess this will probably be the only other place that you can see it, because we're not gonna actually post any of the lightsabers, just because we want those to kind of be a little bit more secretive and a little bit more surprising for like which character's getting what lightsaber, because that's always an interesting thing to see.
Yeah. Did you let the actors choose which lightsaber, kind of like Ian McGregor in Liam Neeson got to choose their lightsabers?
Um, I didn't because when we were creating this in the very beginning, that's kind of when I already had a majority of the lightsabers that we were going to use,
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of tried to tailor the lightsabers and even the lightsaber colors um, to each character's personality. Um, so, like, if somebody's more like if one of the characters is more defensive based fighting, even though they are really good on offense, they still prefer a little bit of defense. So their lightsabers kind of got um, it's definitely equipped in like just the way that it's designed. It's got like the kind of like those shrouds kind of circling the emitter just a little bit and circling where the blade comes out,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of give that extra protection for the guarding of the actual saber. Um,
I
but
think.
yeah, for the most part, for some of the lightsabers where it could go like either way, like it could go to this character. I did throw out the picture into the cast and I said, all right, you two pick a lightsaber. First one gets it. And
Nice.
that's basically how I did it for some of them. But for the most part, no, I did end up picking out the lightsabers tailored towards the characters themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, yeah. If you got a vision, dude. If you got a vision, you gotta go for it. So that's awesome, man. And yeah, you don't want to post the lightsabers, but speaking of that, we can show you one lightsaber right now while we're live, and we're not going to say who it belongs to, but I'm going to pull it up on screen. Are you guys ready? Boom. Right there. And that is a Saber Trio, right?
Yes, this lightsaber is I believe it's called the Senza lightsaber from Saber Trio. It's the one we got it with the shroud around the emitter, and but yeah, this is a Saber Trio lightsaber. Very great custom saber company, and but yeah, it's definitely. I think the smoke on this picture, I think it kind of gives away the color of the lightsaber too. So yes, it is a more. It is going to be a yellow bladed lightsaber, so that's going to be interesting to see in live action. Other than that, like 5-second glimpse that we got in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. All right. So there you guys go. There's a little sneak peek of one of the lightsabers. Are these lightsaber hilts customized, or will they be customized, mixed, or match of the third party sabers? No, I think you're basically just going with standard ones from. Well, I mean, I guess you did get the shroud from Saber Trio. You added the shroud, but right, most of these are like standard like models from companies.
yeah, most of them are. Yeah, they're mostly just standard. Like, if you go onto these websites, um, you have like the itemized list of what their products are, and then you kind of just pick. You can kind of customize it a little bit. Like with Saber Tree, you can customize like the button color if the button has an LED, things like that. Or with the Senza, at least you can add on like the shroud. Um, Even with also with Saber Trio, you can also like you could do like acid etching into it. So, but I didn't feel like that kind of went with any of the characters' styles, so we kind of just stayed away from that. But yeah, we don't have any. Um, we don't have any. Probably shouldn't say actually. I don't want to give away too much about the
Okay.
lightsabers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, that's good. Like lot of like, yeah, Saber Trio has a lot of cool like original designs, and I'm glad you like stayed away from movie replica ones, or ones that look similar to like, Obi-Wan or Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, because like it's just not, it's like it kind of takes you out of it, it makes it more like you know, a fan film than like something that's like, oh, I'm actually like believing like this is a thing, like, oh, this is just people that, got it together and are doing something. But this is really cool. It's like all original design, so you can really like immerse yourself. Like every little detail will be there. Let's see
Exactly.
what else we got. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, we haven't even got to these questions, man. All right. You want to go ahead and take one? I forgot which one we're on right now. Um, the next question from the DMs in the Instagram.
I think we just did the third one, so I
The
think we're on
third
the
one.
fourth question now.
Okay, so which original Star Wars properties are you taking the most inspiration from?
I'd say I'd say it's definitely a good mix of. Um, I'd say blanket statement. The originals and the prequels would probably be the two that we're taking the most inspiration from. Out of those two, though, I definitely, and if we're including Clone Wars in the prequel like segment, which when we talk about the prequels, I do consider all of the Clone Wars to be considered part of that prequel segment. Um, but if we're talking about those, I'd say story wise, I'd say we're kind of leaning more towards taking inspiration from the originals in terms of like just some of like the witty banter, some of like the ways that Nick and I developed the characters. Just they're definitely more um, they're definitely more like similar to the original trilogy than anything else. Um,
Yeah, and I can definitely test, like, came across really well. Like, read the script exactly what I was thinking. He didn't even tell me that. Like, immediately that's what I thought. So definitely reads really well. I think we had a question in the chat here. Oh, will we see any force powers that we haven't seen in the movies or shows? Can we reveal that? We don't have to say what it is, but I guess we could
I'll
say
say
yes or no.
I'll just say technically.
What?
I'll just say technically. Technically, yes.
Technically, yes, you will. We will see a force power that hasn't been
Yeah.
seen in the movies and shows. Technically,
Yes.
yes.
Um,
So that's exciting. Yeah, we're not going to reveal it, but yeah, and then yeah, that's a really cool thing. I was like, what the heck is that? But yeah, then he told me about it. I was like, yeah, so it's a pretty OP power, I'll say. Um,
yeah.
Taking place in the future, do the sequel movie events factor into the story?
All Star Wars events factor in, but since it's so distantly into the future, it's kind of like it. I don't want to say it doesn't matter essentially, but like because it's so far, it's kind of like how in episode I think it was Attack of the Clones. No, it was definitely it was might have been Phantom Menace. I think it was Kiadi Mundi where he was like talking about like how there have been wars like these since the Old Republic, or some. It was someone on the Jedi, a Jedi that was talking about like the Old Republic. It's kind of gonna be like if we ever were to mention something from the prequels or the originals or the sequels, it would kind of be something similar to that, where it's like, oh well, it hasn't been like this since this time, or it hasn't been like this since the Clone Wars. Like it'd be something like a quick little mention, but um, not so impactful to the point where it's like, you know, they're going to be talking. They're going to be like, oh well, you remember Master Skywalker's words, like, like, or, yeah. it's not going to be where it's going to be that easy of a reference, though.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So yeah, it's like it matters about as much as the Old Republic mentions matter to the prequels. But like it's there, it's just like yeah, of course like, you know, it's not gonna be like kind of directly written into the dialogue or script. Um let's see, what are both of y'all's favorite Star Wars movies? I'll let you go first. Most people know mine. Mine in plural.
I would definitely have to say. I would say honestly, it's a tie for me um, between Revenge of the Sith um, and A New Hope. I'd say it's a tie between the two.
All right. Yeah, I kind of have a similar thing. Like I like Revenge of the Sith, and then 5 and 6. Man, those are like they're all there, dude. It's like sometimes it changes. Like sometimes I'm like really like yeah Empire, and then sometimes I'm like yeah Return of the Jedi. But let's see. Are there going to be Sith Lords in the film or a mention of Darth Revan or Darth Plagueis? I think we kind of answered that, right? It's like they're acknowledged, but I don't know if they're like directly right. Would you have anything else to add to
Like
that?
the characters have, I mean, they have access to the Jedi archives. So on their own time, they have read up on like the history of what happened with the Clone Wars, with Anakin and Obi-Wan. And they're they have read about it. They do know about it. They have studied about it. The Jedi have lectured about those events. They've lectured about the events with Luke and Kylo and things like that. But obviously, the Council still hasn't really absorbed that knowledge of, hey, maybe don't do this same stuff. And because why change? It's in their brain. For the most part it worked, except for 2 times. So why change up the method if it only failed twice? um, so for them, they always will, to the characters and everything in the storyline. They know about the Sith. They know the Sith were a threat at a point, but they're but there's not going to be any verbal mention of like, oh, characters are sitting around a campfire and one of them's just like, did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Oh man, you
uh,
you if it's done right, maybe in one of the newer ones, you could just like kind of make that like a joke, and then like one of the characters like gets like mad and leaves or something. That would be hilarious. Just a little Easter egg for the meme fans. It'd be hilarious. But
yeah.
yeah. Will there be any spaceship battles? I don't think so. Are there?
Not in this one. Um, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, not in this
Not
one.
in this one.
This is supposed to be a series though. This first one is gonna like supposedly have a 40-minute run time, and like if it goes well, he's gonna keep going them. He's got a lot of scripts. Did you say 6 or 8 plan like kind of like that you've been planning?
I have, I have, I've got 5 more planned out, so 6 total.
So if this one goes well, then maybe, maybe. Okay. What makes your fan film stand apart from the already existing Star Wars universe? Already existent Star Wars universe.
I'd say the fact that what we noticed with, it's always, Star Wars is always going to be good versus evil, regardless. It's always going to be good versus evil, and that's kind of a similar thing that we have going on with this one, but with the original trilogy, it's for all intents and purposes, it's a space Civil War battle movie series. If we're gonna simplify it to like the most simplest of terms, it's a space Civil War movie where an entire galaxy's at war and it's constant fighting, and same thing with the prequels too. It's constant war, constant fighting, whereas with this one it's kind of like we dive more into the relationships between the characters and how you know in their head, basically, like 20 minutes ago, they were waking up and training with their friends. Now they're being told to capture their friends and bring them back to the Jedi Order, and their whole world is being turned upside down in front of them. And it's definitely it definitely has those like action moments. It definitely does have the action that Star Wars does have, but rather than it being like so heavily driven on the original trilogy, you have the Rebels versus the Empire, you've got in the prequels Separatists versus the Republic, in the sequels you've got the First Order versus the New Republic / the Resistance. Instead of it just being like a complete good guys against bad guys, you basically have two groups of heroes essentially, and you can root for either one. You can root for one group of the heroes to find the holocron that they're going after, or you can root for their friends to capture them and bring them back, or for the people that do like the villain, you can always root for the Jedi Hunter to kill them all and call it a day.
Yeah.
But it's definitely different, because it's like it would be as if Luke and Han were fighting essentially. Like if Luke did join Vader in Empire, and then the sixth one, it's like Han, Leia, and Chewie against Luke, Vader, and Palpatine. Like it's essentially like what if that something similar to that, because it's like this is your former friend, now you have to fight them, but like how can you do that, especially with someone that you've known for a long time? So it's definitely a series that is going to be more pulling on emotional strings. I will say there's no politics, so there's nothing to do with the senators and the Senate. So we won't have any random debate scenes about emergency powers with Gungans.
Yeah. So yeah, and I felt that exact same thing too watching reading the script. It was like, what do I root for these gray Jedi that are leaving? I mean, I feel like they kind of almost betrayed the Jedi, but then I'm like, well, these Jedi shouldn't have to be hunting their friends as well. So like, I was kind of torn on like which gray or regular Jedi to root for. I was like kind of in the middle there, but definitely wasn't rooting for the Jedi Hunter. But I could see people going for that too. So yeah, it's really cool that this one is like, I think that is a really good thing that separates it. It's like it's not just this and this. It's like it's a little bit of like who's in the real right here. It's like it's kind of gray. It's a little bit of a gray area, which is really cool. Oh, okay, I missed this one. Bert says, when in the Star Wars timeline is this? And this is 4,000 years in the future, right? From
So
9.
the exact date is 4637 ABY, so 4,637 years after the first Death Star blows up. Um,
Wow.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the exact date.
Yeah.
I've written so many times. I think it's just kind of like tattooed into my brain at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, man. You should get you should make t-shirts with that, just that date. That'd be sick. Or get tattoos, yeah. Get all the crew get like a tattoo of that. Yeah,
Just
that'd
get
be
a
sick, dude.
tattoo one day, just 4637.
Yeah, yeah, that's dope, man. Um, well, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I overlooked this one earlier. Will there be any non-human species in this? Can we reveal that yet? Or are we gonna wait?
I think we posted on. I think it's posted on your account on your Instagram.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
it is. It is. All right. I wasn't
yeah,
sure if you wanted
we
to.
actually, yeah, we
It.
have a female Twi'lek in this, and her. I mean, honestly, her character development and her character in general, it was definitely one of the most. It was definitely the most fun that I think Nick and I had when it came to writing her character, because when I originally wrote her, um, I mean, she's pretty much the same as I still wrote her, and Nick added in his touch to it to make it even better. Um, but it was she is definitely she's just really a great character all around. I mean, they all are, but just to for her to be, because we don't see Twi'lek Jedi that often. There was Ayla Secura, but we saw her in the Clone Wars for like 2 episodes, and then next time you see her again, she's just getting gunned down.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to kind of do a little bit more justice for the Twi'lek Jedi that are out there. And then we do have another character that is non-human, but I am not going to reveal that character just yet.
So you guys have to stay
But they're great.
tuned.
I love their character.
You love that one, the one you're not gonna
Yeah,
reveal.
just because, yeah, just the way that we were writing them, it's just it was really fun to get into that mindset and just to think, how would this character deliver this sentence? How would he say this? How would he say that? Like, it was really fun getting into the mindset for his character, and all the characters in general too. But his required a special mindset, so it was a little bit more fun to try to do that one.
Awesome. So you guys will have to stay tuned for that behind the scenes footage. Maybe you'll get to get a little glimpse of it before the film comes out. Um, yeah, and I will say about the Twi'lek, she is definitely a badass character. From what I've read in the script and from what I've choreographed her to do, and what I still have, I got a new thing to show you. I haven't sent you yet, and yeah, she's freaking brave, dude. She's brave. Let's see.
I call her. Oh,
No, go ahead. Wait.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say what we call her, what the crew, what we call her in terms of like when we're talking to the makeup team or when we're just talking about the characters in general. Uh, Her literal nickname for us is as the character is literally just the beautiful badass. Um,
Very fitting, yeah.
so yeah, that is definitely that's the most accurate statement about her, is that she's a beautiful badass um, who definitely was inspired a lot by Carrie Fisher's portrayal of Leia.
I was getting that vibe. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I was in some of the dialogue. I was getting a little bit of that, like Han Leia little vibe going, a little bit. It's in it, and definitely with the humor, but yeah, even with the little romantic parts, yeah. But yeah, definitely a beautiful badass. And if you've seen the crew, man, that's a good looking set of actors, y'all. Like, so be ready for that film. Yeah, everyone is like movie star quality, movie star face. So y'all be ready for that. Um, will the characters have to fight against the environment like storms or creatures? I don't think so.
Not in this one now. I
Yeah.
do, if we do get to do more, I do have plans. I would like to take us to different environments. I did like the idea of doing like a snowy battle, and the moment I mentioned it to Nick, when Nick and I were reworking the script, and when we were working on this version, and planning out the rest of it, for some reason, every time one of us had an idea, the other one was thinking the same exact thing. And it was so uncanny how many times that happened where it was like, Nick, I have this great idea on what we should do. And I tell him about it. He's like, dude, I was just going to tell you the same thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
one brain cell just making this entire thing.
Yeah, dude.
But
Hive mind that.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but we do like the idea of a snowy environment in a later one if we can do that
Mm.
for sure.
Yeah, that'd be so good. I don't know if I've seen a fan film with a lightsaber fight in the snow, dude. That's pretty epic. I know. When I lived in Minnesota, I filmed one little lightsaber fight in the snow, and it went like viral. But a whole fan film like that would be amazing. Let's see. Oh, we got some questions here in the chat too. Has she gotten to try her headwear on yet?
Um, no, she has not gotten. We have the Laku, but the Laku headpiece, but we don't. Uh, but we haven't gotten it up here yet. It will be up here on June 18 is the
Okay.
earliest we can get up here, and then that'll be the that'll probably be the first time that she gets to try it on, and I'm gonna talk to my videographer, the person who's responsible for the behind the scenes footage, and I'm gonna see if she would like to come along and kind of record some behind the scenes footage of trying on the Laku and like just kind of half being the full character essentially as a little behind the scenes thing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd
the
be awesome.
headpiece, it does have little cones, and yeah, it's definitely getting hyped for it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Um, Harold is asking how different is the Jedi Council in the era compared to the prequel era, and I think we were saying like kind of similar, but what ways are they different? I guess are there any ways because they still have the same kind of like
they
mentality is what I saw.
they have the same mentality. Um, I'd say it's definitely a little bit more divided though. Like some of them are so like set in the old ways, where others are kind of just like, well, maybe it's time to change, but you know obviously, there's still more people that are kind of rooting for no change. So, just by the way that the council is with the whole like majority vote type deal, um, the majority has it. They that's why not much has changed, which is kind of what propels this entire story to even happen in the beginning. Um, but yeah, they haven't changed much. Um, uh, they've kind of gotten a little bit lax on the whole like age requirement stuff. Like obviously, yes, they still um, take them the kids when they're like super young, but um, they're a little bit less hesitant about the whole like if they're a little bit older, we can't take them. So that's one way that they've changed for sure.
Cool. All right. It's a little less strict on the age thing. That's interesting. It's pretty cool. Let me get to some of these questions because we are like already over time, but we can keep going if you're good. But we should probably get to the questions that people ask in the DMs.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I think we answered that. Yeah. What relation will this film series have to the other Star Wars films? Which character are you most excited for the audience to see?
Uh, I'm gonna get in trouble for answering because this is essentially saying which is my favorite character. I'm gonna
Oh,
get in trouble for saying that
oh no.
because uh, this is essentially a parent saying they have a favorite child.
Yeah. Oh
I've
no.
already spoken to the actress. I've already spoken to. Well, I just said the actress. It is definitely the Twilight character that I'm most interested in everybody seeing, uh, because again, just the way that we wrote her, there was always just something different about the way that we were writing her. Like it just felt supernatural, and I think it's because you know, with Carrie Fisher not being here, and just how like much of a badass Princess Leia was. Like, I think we kind of, I think it kind of just made it more meaningful and more impactful of a character since we were, basing her character off of a little bit off of Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia. Um, but I won't say like they're an exact like copy or anything because they're not. But they are definitely inspired off of Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia. So I think that's probably why I'm definitely most excited to see her on screen, and I do think that the audience will probably uh, I do think the audience will probably like her a lot too. Um, so, or at least I hope they do.
Yeah, I think they will, man. Yeah, I think so. I think they will. Right here, Evil says, "Did you get any inspiration from directors or screenwriters that have nothing to do with Star Wars?" That's a pretty good question.
um, when I was first writing it, um, not too much, but when I can't speak for Nick on his behalf for when he was writing it. I think Nick might have taken a little bit from a lot from Pirates of the Caribbean actually, because I think in the script originally, I think in the original script that I sent you, even like it said like for the fight scene, I think there's a part where he like mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean, even and yeah, so he took a lot of inspiration from Pirates of the Caribbean for some of the things, and I kind of stuck more towards the Star Wars thing, and I think weirdly it worked out. The two different inspiration combinations ended up working out.
Yeah, I mean, I could see those meshing pretty well. I mean, I love Pirates of the Caribbean, man. That's such a good series. Freaking Johnny Depp, man. Oh man, that's so good. Yeah, yeah. I could see that actually. No, not quite. Now I want it to be because you mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean. Now I'm seeing as one of the characters is kind of being like Jack Sparrow, but probably not. It's just because I'm hearing Pirates of the Caribbean. Um, let's see. Which character has the most interesting fighting technique and why? Guess that's something we could kind of both, but I'll let you start.
I would probably say either I'd probably say either. Honestly, I'd probably go with the Twi'lek, just because it is a weird mix of two different lightsaber forms. Um, just also because and I can't give too much into it, but Mike, you know how the beginning of that fight even starts. You know how
Mm-hmm.
she starts fighting, like um, just like because of that, I definitely lean more towards. I think she would definitely have the most interesting uh, fight, but I don't know what about you?
Um. Well, I mean, I could see that. I would say probably at least the second most interesting, or third. I'm kind of as far as just like rarity, for me when I'm saying interesting, I would say probably second or third. I think the most, I don't know, we can't reveal the name. I'm not sure if we can, but the Jedi Hunter, we've already established there's like
Um,
a Jedi Hunter involved.
yeah,
So we can just not reveal the name, but I would say he or she has the most interesting out of the most at least different or rare fighting technique. But yeah, Jensi's definitely up
yeah.
there, and I don't know if I was supposed to say that. No, we already posted that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's. I think it was on your Instagram anyways.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's already been posted. All right, but yeah, I think definitely
okay,
up
good.
there in two or three. What were your inspirations for some of the fight scenes? This, I guess that's something. Yeah, we can definitely
Um,
both answer that. What's up, Eddie?
yeah.
Welcome in the
Uh,
chat.
Again, just the way that I definitely say when Nick and I were rewriting the fights, um, definitely Pirates of the Caribbean from Nick, um, and definitely for me, I kind of pulled inspiration from um, like there was a little inspiration from Mandalorian, and there was a little inspiration from the prequels. Um, Mostly because if we're so far in the future that the Jedi have been around for X amount of years, so they should know how to fight again. So that's kind of why I stayed more towards the prequels rather than the original trilogy, where you've got like this slower fights, or Luke kind of just whipping his lightsaber around as he does in Return of the Jedi,
Yeah,
or even in the sequels where it's like, yeah, Kylo knows how to fight, but you know Rey and Finn really don't, so they kind of whip it around too. Um,
so it's like
but
yeah,
yeah,
instead of a little more precise, intricate. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when Alec brought me on board, he was definitely like heavy. Like I need this to be prequel style, so that was kind of my vision. I was trying to make sure we got all the prequel style, and but without the a little bit of the unnecessary flourishing. I tried to keep that to a minimum. I tried to make it more like efficient. Like if there's a flourish, it's for a reason, not just for the show of it. Tried to make it a little more, because we're constantly improving. It's 2021 now, so it's like, what would the prequels look like now if we had Nick Gillard choreographing right now the prequels again? Like I'm sure he would make some changes, as good as they are, and of course, I've reenacted them. I freaking loved all the prequel fights, but we want to take it a step further, make it different. So that's what my inspiration was like, basically prequel. But then again, with this new fighter, I wanted him to be a little bit different because he's not exactly what they are. So taking inspiration from that, taking inspiration from other
sure.
like sword techniques and things like that. Um, I think we hit all the questions there. What else do we got in the chat, man? Everybody, thanks for coming out. I think we got everything here in the chat. They do have a Indiegogo if you want to support them. And I'll put all those links in the description below right after
The
this.
Indiegogo actually,
Oh, is that over now?
the Indiegogo actually, the time is over now.
Okay.
But we are going to be. I think we're still talking about putting up another one, uh, and potentially it will have, um, as one of the perks. I think it's good. Or the one that we're going to be using is going to have some of the same perks, but um, t-shirts.
T-shirts,
Um,
dope.
I think we're still debating on that one. Um, but yeah.
Lucy says you guys are also selling merch, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, I guess we're selling t-shirts.
Yeah, all right. So
Except for
yeah, so you get that date going. That'd be sick. Yeah, like new era series on the back, on the neck. Yeah, the date. Yeah, that'd be sick. Cool stuff there, man.
yeah.
Some cool stuff there. All right. I think we got all the questions. Anybody in chat had a last question before we go? Um, Alec, did you have any finishing remarks? Oh, the Instagram handle in the chat. Yeah, could we get the I think Lucy could probably do that, right? I'm not sure if I can get on to
Hey, Lucy,
let's
you
see if I
wanna
can do it.
you wanna do me a
Can
favor?
we get our tech guys on that? Our tech people.
Yeah.
Yes, please share it. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I can get that going on my end. Let's see. Yeah, but yeah, any other things you wanted people to know about this film before we go, Alec?
Um, I would just say honestly, you know, stay on the lookout for updates from either from either Mike or myself, or from us at the New Era series. Um, and then you know, follow follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to if anyone's in the chat for some reason and you're not subscribed to Mike, you gotta subscribe to Mike. And also, you know, subscribe to us, which is I think the YouTube is also the New Era series.
Yeah.
Same with the Instagram, and then definitely, you know, stay on the lookout. We're nearing the end of this whole pandemic, so everybody stay safe. Uh, Public safety announcement. Uh, and yeah, just look forward to seeing Mike's behind the scenes little vlogs that he's going to be doing on set, and you know, some of our Instagram. We might do some Instagram lives behind the scenes. Not entirely sure yet. Um, but
Yeah, I think we can squeeze a couple of those in for sure.
yeah.
So follow New Era series on IG. Subscribe to their YouTube. Are you going to be posting anything other than the actual film on the YouTube? Are you going to be posting any behind the scenes or pre-production posts, or is it just going to be
all the
straight?
yeah, all the behind the scenes is going to be on there. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
And
So
then
subscribe to the YouTube for that. Keep up with the IG. Anything else?
um, there might be. I'm going to say might, because I need to talk to my editing team about this. There might be a little potential sneak peek of uh, something from the film coming soon.
Mm.
I'll have to double check with my editing team, but there might be a little sneak peek coming out. Either it'll be out on the Instagram and the YouTube if it does come out. But little sneak peek.
Little sneak
Uh,
peek. All right. So, thanks everybody for joining us for this chat, and I hope you guys are hyped because I sure am, and can't wait to see more, and I can't wait to show you guys more and show you behind the scenes. So, putting all the links below. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for chatting with me, Alec, about your new awesome fan film and sharing it with everybody. And hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and may the force be with you.